Hi, friends. Welcome to Luminous Human School. I'm Christy Sandino, and I'm here with Lindsay Davis.
Hello, my friends.
And today we would love to talk to you about the power of small daily rituals. So, we often can find ourselves just rushing from one moment to the next and feeling like, oh, I don't have a half an hour for a meditation today, or, I don't, I'm too tired at the end of the night to do 20 minutes of breath work. But small daily rituals are something that you can easily weave in, and they can really deepen the quality of your life when you start to use them as touchstones throughout the day. And so if you're
Mhm.
feeling like, I wish I were happier, I wish I were less stressed, I wish I actually felt more joy on a daily basis, not like just when I'm on vacation or at a concert or whatever, special event you might plan every now and then. This is something you can use for that.
Mhm. Yeah, and they're great ways just to help you ground and to reconnect and to be present in your day. And yeah, they don't have to be a super long thing. It can really be a couple of minutes just to infuse your day with the kind of feeling that you want to have and a kind of feeling you want to cultivate more of in your day. So it's like as we practice it and we infuse our day with these little moments, then that can start to become more of your go-to of just like how you are. It's like, oh, I took this moment at the beginning of my day to connect into gratitude, and that makes it easier for me throughout the day to remember to connect into gratitude again. Like we're training ourselves in a way towards more of these like positive emotions or that presence and taking that time to relax and to pause and step back from some of the chaos of the world and just like be and give ourselves that gift.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the thing that sets what we're talking about apart, why we're calling it a small daily ritual is because it's something that you really infuse a lot of intention into.
Mhm.
So, this is what gives life meaning is the meaning that you give it.
Mm.
You hold that intention for more joy or more self-love or nourishing relationships. And this is a way you can give attention to that through the day without really having to, do your day differently.
Mm.
'Cause you can weave it in. So we're going to share with you some really practical ways to do this so that it doesn't feel like another thing you have to do.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. It's like we were saying, it's like it can be 2 minutes in your day. I mean, you think about how many times you grab your phone and check messages or hop on Instagram, social media, check your email kind of mindlessly. Well, what if you took a few of those moments and said, "Okay, when I grab my phone, I'm going to go, oh, let me put that down for a second and take 1 minute to take some deep breaths," or something like that. So we already have moments in our day that we can really make this happen. I think most of us have a few minutes to spare here and there, no matter how busy you are, right?
Hmm.
So, and of course this can also help um enhance your spiritual connection if that's something that's important to you. And it's also really great just for like emotional regulation, regulating the nervous system. So, there's some really important benefits that come from taking these steps and just taking a few minutes here and there. And of course that all can help with you know reducing anxiety, or just helping you to feel more balanced internally, so that you go about your day in just a more positive state, and feeling more hopeful, or like you can move through anything, give you some more confidence. So, endless benefits here with just a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah. So, what would be things that don't take time, not much time, but are really stabilizing and things that you can weave in. So I actually want to go back to the example that Lindsay just gave about, how often we pick up our phone, and just by like changing the, picture on the front of your phone, the screensaver,
Mm,
you could have it say, I love you. And you could remember when you see it to say that to yourself, to like just take one breath and breathe that intention to give love to yourself. It could
mhm,
say breathe. It could
mhm.
say any intention that you're wanting to hold for yourself. That could be a great way to give yourself a reminder. I would
Mhm.
actually probably change it every couple weeks because we tend to not see things like
Mhm.
that after a while. And we do look at our phones so much, it can be very easy to start to gloss past it.
Yeah.
So I would say every couple weeks, give yourself a fresh message to look at. But that can be a really easy way with something you're already doing to have a little reminder,
Yeah.
to take a breath and go back to an intention you have for yourself.
I'm glad you mentioned that one. And I'm glad you mentioned like changing it, because um I'll have little, and this is another one you could do. It's like set a reminder on your phone, like an alert that goes off at 10 a.m. every morning, that's like says something like that, says an affirmation or whatever. I have one on my phone that just says gratitude as a reminder. And um sometimes I do find myself just like, oh yeah, there's that, like it's been on there for so long. And but then other times I do still go like, oh yeah, and I'll just say like thank you. And I might just take a moment, say thank you, and then like move on with my day. But you just made me realize, I'm like, oh, maybe I should like change it a little bit, just to get my attention. Cause yeah, you just sort of, your brain goes, oh yeah, there's that again. Oh, this okay. And then it's like
Mhm.
less important. So yeah, maybe just shifting what it says or the time it goes off or something. So that was a good reminder to me to to shift that. Like, even though there are times where I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. Um, it's like, oh, how can I like enhance this a little bit more, add to it, or shift it? So yeah. Another thing you can do that's really simple is, you wake up in the morning and you have a glass of water, and maybe those first few sips of just hydrating yourself, you say an affirmation either out loud or to yourself. I'm nourishing my body, my mind, my soul. It's going to be a great day today. I love myself. I love this day. Anything. It could be any kind of affirmation. I've even heard of people, kind of like holding a cup of water and sort of like speaking love into the water and whatever affirmations, and then drinking that. So you're sort of just drinking all of that goodness. And of course you're hydrating your body, which we want to do after we've been sleeping all night. So
Yeah.
good health tip. If you're not drinking water first thing in the morning, drink some water.
Yeah. And yeah, I do highly recommend charging anything you're drinking with beautiful words and feelings. Like that's the work of Dr. Emoto.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's been studied, and they've put like plants, in side by side in the same conditions, and had loving words spoken to one, and neutral, like nothing spoken to another, and another one negative words, and the plant with the loving words will grow big and strong, and the other two never do as well as the plant with loving words. And so there's actually something to
Yeah,
it.
I love his work. It's so fascinating.
And I think that's kind of similar to, I love to bless my food before I eat and say thank you to all the energies that brought this food in front of me, from the truck drivers who brought the vegetables to the store, and the people that work at the grocery store, and the people that work on the farm, and the sun and the rain and the air that nurtured the seeds of the plants. And there's just, like, I don't think of all those things every time I'm blessing my food, because I know that all those things are in I because I have spent time thinking about all those things when I
Yeah.
say, um please send blessings to all those energies that brought this here in front of me now, that I know that that's in that intention, that I am holding that.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's another ritual, just nice daily ritual that's bringing presence and gratitude and a pause. So even, I don't I don't really eat on the road or when I'm moving. I know some people are moving so fast they kind of feel like they have to. Um But even if you're eating in your car, you can do this. You can stop and do this anywhere you are. And
Mm-hmm.
I would have to imagine that it's so good for you to calm your body and have this moment of gratitude before you start to bring nourishment in, and let your body, like, open to receiving the nourishment so it can really extract all the benefits out of food. I think by slowing down, it really helps.
I think that's a really good point. Just not just infusing, your food and drink with this positivity, but also the fact that when you do that and you're calming yourself down, you actually are putting yourself in a physiological state that's meant for digesting your food properly. So if we're constantly like, I've got to eat, that's lunch, and I've got to work, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to work, it's like the body's like, whoa, whoa, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Am I supposed to be digesting food? Am I supposed to be fighting something? What's happening? So that simple act, like taking time to like give gratitude and thanks for what you're having, and then also just relaxing the body and preparing it for that state of digestion, even
Yeah.
if it's a little bit, that's supportive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that I was thinking about that I was doing a few months back that I don't know, it just really started my day off so nice, is I had made a playlist for myself that was all these songs that were like, about gratitude and having a good day and just like really uplifting things that, put me in this state of love and peace and, gratitude. And, so if I had time, I could listen to like more of it, but even if it was just one song, and I could take a moment and kind of just like dance around to it or sing along to it, and that just put me in a really like nice state to start my day, and think about the gratitude and think about, yeah, it's going to be a good day, and I can choose that. And instead of like rolling out of bed just like, all right, what do I got to do today, it's like, okay, it's going to be a great day, I'm super grateful, I'm going to sing this song, I'm going to move my body, move that energy. And like I loved it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to be doing that again.
Yeah, that is so powerful when we can set an intention for the day like that, and then also, choose an action to, like, infuse that with a movement, is such a good one. It's so powerful. So I love that one. And most songs are what, 3, 4 minutes?
Hmm.
So, I mean, I I would say that if you have to set your alarm just 10 minutes earlier, maybe just like don't snooze. You know, if you're one who hits that snooze, like just like really say like I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get up when the alarm goes off and give yourself those, my snooze is 9 minutes, like 9 minutes to,
Yeah.
you know, drink the water intentionally, put on a song. If you are like a slow mover in the morning and dancing feels like a lot, you could stretch.
Hmm. So good.
But setting that intention to start it off is infinitely powerful. It
Yeah.
just like sends this stream of energy out to the universe that says, this is what I want to co create today. And it allows all the energies around you to meet you there to say, oh, okay, that's what you're intending. Like we can support that.
Yeah, and of course, we talk a lot about manifestation on this podcast, and all of that, really has to do with how do you feel? What are you focused on? How are you bringing all of those feelings into your day to day life? So it's like if you're starting your day and you're, not in a great mood, well, what are you more likely to attract? But if you start your day and you're positive, well, you're more likely to attract more of what's positive because that's the frequency that you are putting out. So, we are super powerful, and really it can take a 3-minute song to just set the tone for your day and, create what's the word I'm looking for? The movement, the
Yeah.
momentum, maybe that's the word, the momentum of that frequency. And, as you're practicing these things, if there's something that kind of like gets you off track with that, well, then you're able to start like getting back into it easier because you've practiced it.
Yeah. I hear the sirens in the background, like the universe is agreeing with you.
I know. I wasn't sure if you would hear the sirens because there's a fire truck going by with Christmas lights on it and Santa on top. So it's all good stuff. They're spreading joy today.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I know it is cute. I think they're
um,
going by. I'll mute for a minute.
yeah. So, I think that's like a really good start your day, template. Like there's a few suggestions in there. Um, as far as closing your day, I'm someone that I love to take a shower at the end of the day, and I always just like visualize like washing off my day. Everything that
Mm,
happened, any lingering thoughts, it's just like a time to like let it all go.
mm,
And I mean, it for me, and I think because I have practiced this a long time, it just works like a charm. It's like anything that didn't, at the point I'm in the shower, there's no more day left to do things. So if it didn't happen, or, if there's a conversation that's lingering in my mind, I try and just use that to say, you know, just for now, I'm setting all this aside. Just for now, I'm letting all this go. I'm letting it wash away. And it can all be picked up again tomorrow, but just for now. And if that's not enough, I will write anything down that usually before I get in the shower, if it feels like something that's really weighing
mm,
on me, I'll take 15 minutes to maybe write out anything that um, is really bothering me. Because something about the act of putting it on paper also helps me let it go. But
love that.
but separate from that, that's a great one. And if you're not a night shower person, because I know morning shower people are, you know, love them, like that's how they wake up, you can um wash your hands and face mindfully at the end of the night and do the same process. Just imagine releasing the day's stress as you cleanse your face.
Mhm.
Um, nourishing yourself, if hopefully put some kind of moisturizer after washing, you just want to you know, do it in a very loving way. If you're going to be doing it anyway, like touch yourself in a loving way. Use that as like, I'm cleansing the day and I'm nourishing myself. And feel your hands touching your face, just
Mm.
that moment of presence. Like, it's something you can do completely mindlessly or even annoyed, like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing this. Or you can say, well, I'm going to be doing it anyway, and I can do it in a way that brings so much intention to the process and really sets me up to go into a nourishing, restful sleep.
Yeah. I love that, like letting go of like anything that, would be weighing on you. And what a great way to do that when it's like you're gonna take a shower anyway, you're gonna wash your face anyway, so you don't really have to take extra time to do this. It's just part of what you're already doing, so it's like that's a great way to create a new ritual. It's just add it on to something you're already doing. You don't have to think that much more about it. It's like, I'm ready to take a shower. Okay, let me just have this moment of like, I'm washing it all away, washing all the day away, fresh start. We can always have a fresh start. Yeah,
Mm,
I love that one. Yeah, and I think I like to mentioning just journaling because that can be another powerful practice, whether it's at the beginning of your day or end of the day. Just to, if you're someone that likes to journal, you could just say like, oh, these are, three things I'm grateful for, or, a few things I am proud of in my day, or even reflecting and saying like, how would I have done something differently? Like, how would I have wanted to handle this situation in a better way? Just taking time to reflect. Or if it's morning, just, thinking about how do I want my day to go? What do I want to feel today? So, and it doesn't have to be a long time of journaling. You really could set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and just free write. You could, go with specific things. It's just taking that time to be present with yourself, to ground in, and to set those intentions um, of what you really want to cultivate in your life. And yeah, I think that's such a powerful practice. And um, another, one or two is either like a meditation or a breath work. And again, like the breath work doesn't have to be this long, 30-minute powerful go for it thing. It can really be, I'm going to take 10 deep breaths, or I'm going to sit, I'm going to do a 5-minute meditation, and easy. Those are easy things to add into your day that don't take a lot of time but are so powerful. So
mhm.
powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that covers a lot of what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, you can, if you're someone that has divination cards,
Hmm.
tarot cards, you can always pull a card at any time. I usually do that in the morning. Um, because I like to do that when I'm drinking coffee or tea. I like to pull a
Mhm.
card and look at the pictures. I usually don't even read. A lot of those card decks will come with a book that say the
Yeah.
meaning, but often I just like to look at the pictures and choose my own meaning.
I like that.
If there's stars or flowers or, just anything that it's just another present moment is what it is. It's
Yeah.
just taking a moment for myself at the beginning of the day, but you can do that in the afternoon, at night, like anytime. And that's another one that doesn't take a lot of time. And it might just be a lot of those cards just have a word at the bottom. So
Mhm.
it might just say protection or, awakening or, and you could, if the word feels good to you, take it with you. If
Yeah.
you don't resonate with that word, pull another card.
Right. I don't want that one today. Okay.
Like, there's no rule, like, you don't even have to pull the cards without looking, you can shuffle through and pick one that you love for that day, like,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever feels good. Um, and another one that Lindsay and I were talking about is, you know, a lot of times, that morning cup of coffee or tea or matcha, whatever you love to drink, can be something that's just poured into a to-go cup and you're out the door. But
Yeah.
what if you just said the first, 3 sips or the first 2 minutes, I'm going to make beautiful and mindful. And so you smell the drink and you feel the heat if it's a hot drink, or even if you did an iced coffee, you could feel the coldness of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Tasting it mindfully, feeling it. Like often when we lead a breath work, we'll say, feel the breath moving through your nose or your mouth and down your throat and into your chest. And you can do that with a beverage. You can feel it moving through your mouth and down your throat, and the warmth or the coolness entering your body.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have to be the whole cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to really infuse in you the idea that you can make your whole life meaningful,
Yeah.
really, by weaving that meaning into things you're already doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, even us just talking about this episode today, it's a reminder to myself, because I go through ebbs and flows with this where, I have a certain ritual and my rituals can change, from time to time, just depending on like what season of life I'm in or what's going on, and it doesn't always have to be the same thing. And, sometimes it's like, oh gosh, have I been very mindful lately? Have I been very present lately? Or have I been kind of taken away by life stresses and just kind of let that take me over and forget some of these things? And I feel like this is such a reminder to me. It's like, oh yeah, like these are so simple and so beautiful and really do have such a powerful impact on my day. So I'm just like, oh yeah, like what do I want to infuse in my day, like tonight, tomorrow? And it's really all of these things. Like these are just a few ideas that you can play with, but pick what really resonates with you, and you could change it up at any point in time. It could be different every day if you want it to. It's just sort of about creating a practice of, how can you create more presence, more mindfulness, more connection to yourself throughout your day, you know? So, if you have any specific rituals that you are wanting to add in, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you, and let us know what rituals really resonate with you and what you really love to do. So you can send us a message on Instagram at Luminous Human School and let us know um, what some of your favorites are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. And we appreciate you listening. And we love you so much.